ba ba bum bum ba ba bum bum bum. Hello, welcome everyone to More Art Friday. Don't mind me. Okay, well, here we are. So I haven't really been much in the mood to draw, to be honest. I've wanted to draw for a project like all week, but man, I just haven't been in the mood. So maybe this will help. Maybe we'll see. I gotta think of what I want to draw first. You know, let me attempt something. I have this little Mimikyu figure on my desk. How well can I replicate it? Only using the figure as the ref. Let's see. Okay. It's not really a way I can like prop this thing up. So I can I mean that's good enough, I suppose. Mm. It's kind of like that. And then out of its... Honestly, its head is a little more like that. Not at such a harsh angle though, hold on. A little more like that, yeah. And then, well, give it kinda like that almost? Almost like that. Okay. Although I will say that this should be kinda like, yeah. And then this is coming out of its head, and then just goes like that. This is a good start, I suppose. How you doing, CC? Okay, I gotta get the mouth just right. That's close enough. Then the eyes are actually a little difficult to quite get right. It's almost like that in a way. It's hard to quite match the messiness of the eyes of a Mimikyu. also not a good position for it. Mm. Let me do the cheeks. Dun 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 dun. Boom. Ah, whoops. I dropped it. Excuse me. Like that, and then you get the darker underneath it. I don't draw a whole lot of Pokemon, but I honestly should. Better go take a shower. Oh, okay, that's fine. Take the time you need. I'm trying to get this just right. I obviously don't want to get the put in the line of the connecting piece. Sound Discord. Yes. Are you enjoying P4G? Bit of a gamer weekend, yeah. P3P and P4G and now modern consoles, bro. Essentially makeup for Madi's absence. Oh, okay. What did you add? Oh, I see. Dead. Okay then. Yeah, P3P and P4G came out from modern consoles yesterday. I played the FE Engaged, actually taking up more of my time. Oh yeah, that too. That came out today. I saw that Nintendo posted about it. It's like, oh, it's out, and I told my friend who was really into Fire Emblem, and so he tried playing it. Then we realized, oh wait, no, it comes out today. It comes out tomorrow, not today, but now it's today. Blech. To explain our lack of the love of slime, yeah, they're kind of dead. They got killed by the Amogus, but yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I played I got a P3P on Steam, and it's certainly P3P. It's exactly what I mean, it's pretty much what I expected. I don't know, maybe I'm weird, but a lot of people have been complaining, like, why is this $20? Like, whenever P3P first came out on the PSP, it was $40 when it first came out. I don't know. Now that it's 20 and it's upgraded and has modern, nice stuff, people are complaining, oh, it shouldn't be 20, it should be like a pack with FES. I don't know. Maybe I'm just... I've just been looking at like the Steam discussions, which you should never do, because it's just a hellhole, those Steam discussions. Just a bunch of people complaining about video games. Like, don't get me wrong, I like complaining about stuff too, but oh man, yeah, it actually is pretty hard to like replicate the messiness of Mimikyu's eyes, but I think I got it somewhat. It's creepy, but it's not as like cute normally. Let me. It's, oh god, yeah, the eyes are maybe a little too unsettling. Yeah, and the complaining they do in the Steam discussions of like any game is not constructive in the slightest. Just people throwing insults at each other. I've been looking at of 3 games that I've been kind of looking at. I looked at the P3P, which people were just complaining like, why didn't they release the FES version, which is the not PSP version. It was the one that came out on PS2. And then I've been looking at the Scott Pilgrim versus the World Steam discussions, because that came out for Steam recently, and people are just complaining about all the things that like are kind of broken and that Ubisoft did not add when it was put on Steam. At first, I will say like it was kind of dumb of them that they didn't put on the Steam page. I'm constantly complaining. Yeah, that too. They didn't. Ubisoft didn't put on the Steam page that you needed Ubisoft Connect, so that made a lot of people angry. But then they eventually did after people complained about it. But they haven't put Steam achievements. They haven't put Steam cards or anything. Anything neat. Even though like on Ubisoft Connect you have the achievements, they just didn't put them on Steam. Even though they are like it's already there, but Ubisoft is Ubisoft, so people are complaining about that as well. Maybe I need to make the eyes smaller. It's like you're going for like a cute creepy almost. I think the rest of it is fine. It's the eyes that are just the hard part to get, really. So that, and then also I've been looking at the Steam discussions for Saints Row 2, which I'm a big fan of the Saints Row series, and it was a good while ago that well, whenever the PC port of SR2 came out, it was really, really, really buggy because it wasn't Volition that made that port. It was a whole different studio that they gave that port to. So it wasn't great. It had lots of bugs, and if you were playing multiplayer, the bugs were so bad that you actually couldn't beat the game. Like in one of the missions, an NPC doesn't spawn correctly, so you just immediately fail the mission. So you could beat it in single player, but not multiplayer. So there have been community-made mods that fixes a lot of stuff, and eventually they found all of the source code for the PC port. That was the reason why they hadn't fixed any of it, because the source code was lost for a long time, but they eventually found it and said that they're going to be fixing it up. That was like 4 years ago. And while a lot of stuff has happened since then, like the person that was spearheading that whole small operation, it was already going to be just like 2 guys, but sadly one of those guys passed away, so now it's even less of a team working on this patch for SR2 on PC, and people are still just really up in arms and complaining about it, and it's like a lot. So I've just been following those discussions. It's gotten so like people just like start complaining about like just arguing about each other in those. It's kind of almost funny, but they've had to lock some discussions because it just evolved into name calling and like people just making fun of each other. Which is very interesting to see on such an old game. Game came out in 2009, I think. Either 2008 or 2009. Because the original game, the first game, SR game came out in 2006. God, that was a long time ago. I'm trying to get these eyes down. It's like a swirl, then the swirl kind of like breaks apart, and then has like a little like piece in the middle there. Oh god. This isn't easy to make look cute. I don't know how they did it. Kind of like, almost like that. Ew. It's like an old man. But yeah, lots of games just came out. I'm wondering if that's like if it's like a quarterly thing, because fiscal quarters and years are a whole thing that I don't entirely understand. But I do know that like you can you can weirdly say that sales that happen after a year ends, like as long as it's still like sometime in January, you can still say that those sales were a part of the previous year. It's very weird, but that's how fiscal years work. I don't remember all the times and exactly when and how that all works, but I'm wondering if that's why Atlas and Nintendo decided to release um, the re-releases of P4G and P3P and then Final Engage like next to the same day, as because they could still say that, oh, it's part of the last year for tax and fiscal reasons and all whatnot. Maybe that's just a theory, a game theory. I don't actually know for certain. Mm, so I've been doing that. I played a little bit of P3P. I've been playing the original. I've been playing 358 over 2 days, which is a Kingdom Hearts game on the DS. That's, I mean, it's definitely different than other KH games, where where other KH games, like the main line at least, is like all ability based. Oh, music stopped. Hold on. The main line is like all ability based, kind of. So you put on abilities and you have magic, whatnot. While 358 does have that too, it's maybe I do just need to make the eyes smaller. Too big, too big. Too big, too big. When I was your size, I was twice your size. That's another reference no one's gonna get. But 358 kind of works in the way that if you can only have, it's almost like a backpack system. In fact, it is a backpack system. Yeah. So if you ever played like RE4 before and you're like, man, I don't want to, get rid of these bullets because I might need them later, but I don't have space for a gun or something like that. It's kind of how 358 works. Is your abilities are all different slots, along with all the items that you bring, along with all the magic that you bring, along with actual leveling up. I don't know why they went that far with it, but yes, you don't level up normally. Your levels are also slots in your backpack, and of course you can only have so many slots and so many things. So that's something. I haven't gotten too far yet. I've only gotten to like Beast Castle. Sounds complicated. It's not really. It's not super complicated. The game does a pretty good job of like explaining how all of it works. Like I said, it's a backpack system, so just make sure you have enough slots, and then you're all good to go. That's a little cuter, I guess. Let me round this cheek out a little more. There we go. That's cute enough. I guess I'll just keep drawing stuff that's on my... I just have like a few characters. I have Mimikyu, I have Raboot, I believe. It's the evolution that's in between. Okay. 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 I have Raboot, which is the in-between evolution of Scorbunny and Cinderace. I have Mini Darkrai, and then I have a little Kirby. So I might as well just do that. Come here, Raboot. So these are actually like little... Whoop. These are like actually little like finger puppets almost. They were really cheap. It was like $5 for one of these, which is fair. I mean, $5 just for something that sits on my desk. Yeah, why not? So I'll try drawing it. The Mimikyu is a little bigger than the other two because it's one where you put everything together. It's like this big piece of plastic that has all the different pieces of the Mimikyu, and you just snap them into place. It's also got some stickers on it too, so it was neat to put together actually. So I'm trying doing this little Raboot. I believe that's the name of it. It's interesting. I've never actually referenced besides, well, no, I guess my hands. I have used my hands as a reference in a few things. Hmm. I've been really trying to get back into playing video games, actually. There was just a little portion of time where I really didn't just play that many video games. I more worked on projects and art, other things. So now that I'm getting kind of back into video games, it's nice. It's a nice feeling. Because I still have a lot of video games that I want to beat, and I have yet to do so. Still have my whole backlog. Okay. Gonna need to actually extend this a little bit. Let me zoom in a little further, though I can get these quite right. He's gonna be a little tiny Raboot. He's gonna have the band above his head. Mimikyu, yeah! I'm trying to make a Raboot now as well. I have these little figurines of them on my desk. I don't really draw Pokemon, so why not? Why not for the fun of it? Part of me really wants to play through the Dangan games again, but to be honest, they're the kind of games that once you play once, you don't really play again because you know all the twists and turns. I played the entirety of the series on my PS Vita because that actually has all the games on it. Originally 1 and 2 just were on the PSP over in Japan, and then they remade them for the Vita. So that's how I originally played them, and then I think they were on sale, and I don't know why, but I picked them up on Steam as well. Even though I'd already, played through all of them, but at the time, I don't think I was very good with money. So I have them all on Steam too, but I have not completed any of the ones I have on Steam. It's a very, very good series. I think what I want to do with them is, if I ever find anyone who hasn't played through the series yet that wants to, I'll ask them if they'd just be okay with like watching me play through them or something. That way I'd have a reason to actually use my Steam ones, but like, I don't know. I've already seen all the twists and turns in all the games, even Ultra Spare Girls, so it's not really worth it. To me, at least. I'll make these a lot shorter, because they are a lot shorter. On the boy. Let me also make my pen shorter, that way I can get the, That's okay. It's not really needed, to be honest. The Spare Girls is there for the, really diehard fans, which at one point I was. I've even seen all of the animes. Haven't read the mangas, but I don't think they're that different. I think they're pretty much the same as the games. I saw the anime adaptation of the first game, and then all of 3. 3 was something. I almost want to watch that again. I only ever watched it once, but so much happens in it that I don't really remember a lot of it. And it's over faster than you think. Dun, 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 dun. Man, I wish I could be as cool as Reboot. Look at him, not a care in the world. He's got these fucking big feet. If you're wondering, my reference right now is an actual toy of Reboot. It's like a finger puppet that I got at a store that's around my house called Original 151. It only sells Pokemon stuff. They sell like pretty much almost everything they sell there is also imported. All the plushies, all the figurines, the cards I'm pretty sure are just the English versions because they do sell Pokemon cards there. And I remember I was there once and I saw someone who was buying them in bulk. He like had just a whole box of Pokemon cards. I don't know how much it would have costed that guy. I didn't hear the price, but just thinking about how much Pokemon cards are right now, it's kind of crazy. But it's a really nice place. Like, it's kind of expensive. Like just these little finger puppets. Like honestly, these finger puppets are like $5. I think that's pretty okay. That's not a bad price. But like the plushies are like $5 more than I would pay for them. Like for a little like Pokemon plush that sits in your hand, it's like $25, I think. I'd pay 20. I don't know about 25. But that's important stuff for you. What are you gonna do? But they have some like really cool stuff. They have like cooking stuff. They had a cutting board that had Pikachu on it that I thought was kind of cool. Oh man, where do I start with this Darkrai? I tried getting Pokemon that I really like, which I really like Mimikyu. I like Darkrai a lot. I actually have from there. From the same store, I also got a little Darkrai that I have in my keychain now. And then I like obviously any of the bunny Pokemon. So I have a little Reboot because they didn't have a Score Bunny, and I actually to be honest, I kind of like Reboot a little more than Score Bunny, but I do have a Score Bunny plush. So I don't have anything Cinderace. I might have to change it next time I go. I don't know when that'll be, because I don't really have a reason to go to the mall anytime soon, unless it's like one of my friends wants to come over. I have an online friend actually that I met online. Then he moved here to Ohio. He's like on the east side. I'm on the west side. West side. So he traveled. It's 3 hours from his place to mine. But he traveled 3 hours over here just to meet me. We went to the mall, got some stuff. That's when I got the Darkrai keychain thing. And I also got this Kingdom Hearts 2 keychain thing, where I don't know why, but there's a store here called FYE that is apparently pretty old. I didn't know that until recently, but they were selling specifically KH2 stuff, like well, one thing, which was a keychain. There was like 5 or 6 of them. It says Kingdom Hearts 2 on it, like, which is crazy. You would think it'd be KH3, but no, it says Kingdom Hearts 2 on it. It even had Kingdom Hearts 2 Sora on the packaging. It's just like a little, just big circle that you can put on your keychain that has Disney on it. It has a little thing that has Disney, Square Enix, and then the KH2 logo, and then on it also has the normal Keyblade that Sora uses. the Kingdom Key. So that was really awesome. And then I also went over to the store that was like next to that, and they had, it's just a Japanese store. Like the store's just called Nani with like a question mark. And they had a capsule machine that had KH keychain stuff in it. It's just like little character like what's the term? Not sprite art, but no, not concept art. Just like promotional art, I guess you'd say, that they use. I know there's a term for it, but I can't think. Clip art. It's just like clip art of the characters. And luckily, I got one that had Sora on it. There were some ones that like I don't know if I'd wanted. Like there was Atlantica Sora, which I'm not a big fan of Atlantica, and there was also just King Mickey, which I really didn't want, but I got just Sora, so that's nice. Too bad there wasn't a Roxas one, because I like Roxas a little more, but what are you gonna do? I've been really thinking about getting the Kingdom Hearts Tamagotchi as well, which I think that's going a little too far. I don't even like, I'm not like, okay, maybe I'm a little obsessed with the series, but because I've played almost every entry, but I'm not like so into the series that I know every single bit of lore and everything. I still have yet to play Dark Road. I still have yet to go through all the cutscenes in Unchained Chi or X, whatever it's called, Unchained X. Still going through Days, even though I already saw the cutscenes of it, and I'm really debating on whether or not I want to play Recoded, because it's just Kingdom Hearts 1 again, man. I'd only really play Coded for the gameplay. Like I'm probably just gonna skip through all the I mean, I already saw the cutscenes anyways because I watched Coded in 2.8, but or not 2.5, but and to be honest, this all started because Zigama wanted me to play KH1 on stream, which I did, and then I played KH2, and then some of my friends from high school were like, "Oh yeah, you know, we like KH. We used to." They're like, "Yeah, like we used to play as kids," and then they started getting into it as well. So it's just been like a cycle. But I have some KH stuff, so it's neat. I've really been debating getting the Tamagotchi, but like that is something that you need to like be awake for and need to have on you all the time, unless you're okay with it just dying, because that's what happens. It looks really, really cool, and you can like evolve. So you start off with like KH1 Sora, and you could evolve that Sora into other characters, whether that be the BBS trio, the Days trio, Donald, Goofy. You can actually even make a few Heartless out of it, which is neat. It's a really cool concept, but the problem is that you have to continuously care for it and feed it and make sure it doesn't. There's like instead of like, so the normal Tamagotchis will like take poops, but it doesn't happen with the. I saw a whole video on this, so obviously I've thought about it. But the KH one, it's just Heartless show up and you have to like press a button so that they defeat the Heartless. It's really funny actually. Either Heartless or Nobody or Unversed. But it looks so cool. It's $25, which is I mean, not that bad for something like that is very interactive. It's not that bad, but you have to, constantly be worrying about it and taking care of it. And like, I can barely take care of myself. How the hell am I gonna? Why would I willingly pay for something that I have to constantly take care of? So, I don't know. It's a really cool idea. Maybe if it was cheaper, I'd like get it in a heartbeat. But honestly, 25 is what's making me like debate about it. Because it just beeps at you whenever it needs something. You have to still feed it. You have to make sure it doesn't die. And I'm not always available. Sometimes I'm out. Sometimes I only have classes in the early morning, but sometimes I have classes. Sometimes I'm here streaming. Just code your own Tamagotchi. I thought about that. I even looked up like if there was like emulators for Tamagotchi, but no, there's not. Which makes sense, I suppose. Really, the only way you're gonna emulate a Tamagotchi is if you emulated one of the video games that Tamagotchi made. Like, cause there's a Tamagotchi game that's like on Game Boy, but it's not the same. It's not the same. Laptop's really dusty. Anyways, I wasn't drawing the entire time. Let me draw. Let me attempt to draw this little Darkrai. I've never drawn anything that's quite like this little Darkrai here. So he's got the big Mimikagashi. There's gotta be Pokemon Tamagotchi, right? I haven't ever looked it up, but there has to be, right? Right? Cause that's just like that just makes sense, you know? You know, I just noted something. Darkrai wears like eyeshadow. He's got some eyeshadow going on. Darkrai, you wanna talk about it, man? I feel like I just need to listen to like some MCR while I'm drawing Darkrai. I've never played, actually, the Professor Layton games. Not that they don't... Not that I've, like, never had the opportunity, but I don't know if they really interest me. I know that that Layton's helper, his name is Lucas, so kind of fits. But, I don't know. It's not like I've heard mixed things. Like, I've only heard good things about the Professor Layton games, but it's just... I don't know if they're really on my radar of games to play, because I have so many others that I want to play before I like would get into the Professor Layton games. But hey, if they're your style of game, I can't be opposed. Let me do that a little better. Trying to think. Oh, I've also been playing some Splatoon 3. I should finish the story mode, because I haven't even done that yet. But I've just been trying to do the excuse me, just trying to do the catalog. I think I'm really gonna go to level 24, I believe, because past that is like nothing I really want. And I don't know. I think my main drive for playing Splatoon was just whenever it was out. It was like newly released. That's like kind of when like all my drive to play it was. And like now it's just kind of dipped. Because I want to play like other games. I got to level 50 in the first catalog, but not really any drive to do that for the rest of these, to be honest. For at least this current catalog that's out right now. Maybe whenever the next one comes out, but we'll see. I mean, it's not like it's a bad game. It's a good game, it's Squid Game. It's just, I don't know, not really entirely like something I always want to play. I have to be in like the right mood to really play Splatoon. Oof. Whenever the first game came out on the Wii U, I played that a ton because I had gotten it, I think, only like a day or two after launch, so it was still fresh in my mind. It was interesting. But I didn't really play it a whole lot after launch, but it was still nice. How you doing, Bob?
I'm doing good.
That's good.
Exhausted.
Why is that?
At work week and I just had to scrub the kitchen.
Fun times, fun times.
Fun times.
Fun times.
You know how one small task turns into a bigger one?
Oh, trust me, I know. I know that pretty well.
We got a new frying pan, right? And the lid, the handle wasn't screwed on properly, so like the screw dropped between the counter and our what's the word I'm looking for? The oven, no.
Stove.
Stove. Thank you.
Yep.
It dropped between the bench and the stove, and you know, I started to fish it out, and then I realized, hey, I can just move the stove. And I looked under the stove, and
oh yeah, don't look under there. That's where all the grossness is.
Exactly. Oh, pizza time.
Ooh, pizza. Pizza time. There he goes. Man, I've had this little Kirby for a long time. It's starting to wear. It's like this little like stress Kirby thing. It's stress because it's very, very squishable. Man, how long have I had it? I've had it for, I think, since pre-COVID, so like 4 years now. It's starting to really wear. Starting to yellow too. I don't think it was this yellow whenever I got it. But oh well, I'll probably fill it out at some point, but for now, it's still on my desk. It's just a little Kirby in his sleeping hat. I actually got it at GameStop, which was interesting. GameStop usually doesn't have cool stuff like this. Usually it's pretty cringe stuff. These little cheeks. And then it's got like a polka dot design on it. Dun, 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 dun. You know, I also have a decent amount of Kirby stuff. But man, have I really not played that many Kirby games. I bought... Just a funny quick story, because I didn't realize exactly how sales worked when I was younger. I was at a GameStop with some Christmas money and looking to spend it with my dad. And I saw that they had Kirby Squeak Squad and Kirby Mass Attack for DS. I never played them, and I wanted to get them. And they were having a sale, which was like, buy 2 DS games, get one half off. I don't remember which one was the more expensive one, but one was more expensive than the other. And I was like, oh, if they take half off of the expensive one, then I'll have enough Christmas money to deal with it. That's not how deals work. They take half off of the cheaper one. That way, you know, they still get more money. So, I just like, whenever I got up to the cashier, I was like, I was paying with cash. I didn't have enough cash on me. I was like, what do I do? And I looked at Dad, and he's like, yeah. And then he took out his card and paid for like what I didn't have in cash. I felt really bad. So that's how I learned. That's how deals work. But I've still yet to play either of those Kirby games. I still have them in my 3DS case. Pretty sure. Hold on. I have my 3DS right here. Drum Magolor? I could try. Yep, I still have Mass Attack and Squeak Squad in my 3DS case, and I've just yet to play them. I also have the original Scribblenauts. Wow. Forgot I had that in there. I have New Leaf, Smash 3DS, Triforce Heroes, which I never beat. I got kind of close with two friends of mine, but we butted heads so many times when we were playing that I think we're just not going to play it anymore. And then the sad game that is Chibi Robo Ziplash. Man, I had hopes, man. I had hopes for Chibi Robo Ziplash, but like, it's the most generic platformer you could ever have with okay controls, horrible map system, and blatant product placement. It's like some of the objectives in some of the levels is literally just get like Hot Cheetos bag, Lay's bag. It's like, what the hell? Why is there just blatant product placement in this game, in this 3DS game with Chibi Robo in it? And to this day, I have never seen a game actively stop you from playing it. So, you know how in like every video game ever, when you beat level 1, you go to level 2, and then level 3 and level 4? Or World 1-1, World 1-2? In Chibi Robo Ziplash, the way you choose what level you go to is a wheel. And that wheel has every level in one world in it. So it has level 1 to level 1-5. And you have to spin the wheel and hope that you get the next level that you want to go, or a level that you haven't been to yet. Because if you land on a level that you've already been to, you have to play that level again. You don't have a choice. Sure, you can get, I think, like, depending on how you do on a little mini game at the end of a previous level, it will, yeah, it's extremely dumb. At the end of each level is a little mini game where you have to hit like a UFO. There's a bronze UFO, a silver UFO, and a gold UFO. If you hit the bronze one, you only get one chance at the spin. If you get the silver one, you get 2. If the gold one, you get 3. So you only get at maximum 3 spins to get the level that you actually want to get. And you have to do every level. You have to beat every level to get to the next world, just like any normal game. But you can't choose 1, 2. You have to spin it. It's the dumbest idea. It's so stupid. There's not even like an in-game reason as to why that is. It just is. Like, Chibi Robo has a spaceship. He could go anywhere he wants to go, but the game is like, no, you have to spin this wheel. It's the stupidest thing. And I think the only thing dumber is that this game was basically the last life anything Chibi Robo had. Nintendo basically said, hey, if this game doesn't do good, then we're not going to make another Chibi Robo game. And guess what? They made a generic-ass platformer with horrible product placement just everywhere, generic-ass controls, and a horrible system to move through levels. And they said this is it. This is the Chibi Robo game. It doesn't do well, then fuck you. And I don't think they plan on doing anything else with Chibi Robo at all, which sucks, because there was 2 really, really good Chibi Robo games. One of them only came out in Japan, and I really wish they came over here in, America. The only Chibi Robo game that didn't make its way out of Japan was the only game that was a spiritual successor to the Game Boy game. Yeah, to the GC game. So not only that, actually, well, no, I guess that's not true, because they remade the GameCube game for Wii. You remember that whole like line of like, I don't remember exactly what it's called, but like Fun Play or something like that. That was a bunch of GameCube games that were just remade for Wii, but had Wii remote controls put in it. Chibi Robo is the only game that was a part of that line and didn't make it out of Japan. The only game that was a part of that whole line of Wii games that were just like souped up GameCube games didn't make it to here in the US or Europe. Why? I don't know. Because it would have really, really helped, honestly. Like, I think it would have really, really helped. But Nintendo has just done... I mean, I've ranted about this before. Nintendo's just done Chibi Robo so dirty. The game, the GameCube game... I don't think a lot of units were even really made, and sadly, it just didn't perform all that well. And then the DS game, like one of the DS games, was only over here in the US. The only place you could get Park Patrol was at Walmart. Not even a company or a store that normally sells video games. No, Walmart. Why? I don't know. And then there's Clean Sweep, which is the only other game in the Chibi Robo series that was even like remotely like the GameCube game. Unless you also count the Wii version, which, I mean, that is just the GameCube game, just with Wii remote controls. Clean Sweep is amazing. If you really want another game that's like the GameCube game, play that. It's a DS game, sadly, so you have to use it. You have to either use a modded 3DS, a modded DS, or DS Muum to play it. Which honestly, it has a decent amount of touch controls, so I would highly suggest you play it through DS or 3DS, because playing DS Muum with like a mouse, it's not the most fun thing. But I don't know. It's just observatory music makes me smile. It's really, really good, and there's a fan translation for English speaking, so you don't have to learn Japanese. It's really good. I loved it. I played it all the way through, and it's not exactly like the GameCube game, so don't expect it to be, but it's got its own improvements, and it's really, really neat. Like, the whole point of the game is to clean the house and make it look nice, instead of like really learning about the story, because there's some story in it. It gets weird, which is not a surprise because the GameCube game is very weird, but it also gets serious too. Like, I guess I don't want to spoil anything, but it gets serious just like the GameCube game version does as well. So Clean Sweep, if you want a spiritual successor to, I say spiritual successor even though it is pretty much a successor to the GameCube game, play that. Play it on play the translated version on your 3DS. I did that just fine. Or if you have a DS, I'm sure you could do that too. You probably just have to get like a cartridge that will load modded games onto the DS and make them run. Or if you really don't have either, you could try DS Muum. But besides the point. And then after that, Photo Finder came out, and that was just bad because it is just a gimmicky game where you have to take photos of stuff around your house with Chibi Robo in it. Is barely a Chibi Robo game. And then Ziplash came out, which is a generic ass platformer no one liked. It was bad. And that's Chibi Robo. Two really, really good games. One kind of okay, that being Park Patrol, and then a really gimmicky game, and just almost an offensive game. Ugh. I wish that we got more Chibi Robo games that were more in line with Plug Into Adventure and Clean Sweep, but never did. But anyways, if we ever see Chibi Robo again, it's probably just going to be like a cameo. Because I know Chibi Robo is in Ultimate as a spirit, but that's it. Sucks, but whatever. Anyways, enough rambling on Is there anything else I want to draw? So I drew all the stuff that was on my desk. Is there anything else I want to draw? I don't know. I kind of want to draw... So I have an Inkling and an Octoling in Splatoon 3. Oh yeah, Megalor, that's right. Thank you for reminding me, actually. Kind of wanted to draw my Octoling, but I don't have a picture of him, so I'll probably do that at a different point. But yes, I will... Let me get a... I'm on Microsoft Edge again because Chrome, for whatever reason, doesn't play well with Magma, or at least runs really slow, so... Megalor. Wherever. There he is. There's the boy. That's not the boy. Some plushies. That's actually pretty reasonable prices. Not these, but $21? That's not bad. I like the one where he has a gun. There's multiple of them with him with a gun. It's Kirby with a knife. Oh man, you don't get these kind of results on Google that you do on Bing. I almost kind of like it. I almost want to use this as a reference. I don't know who it's by. Magalor with a gun, Magalor with guns. It's just on Reddit somewhere, so I don't know who the actual... I'm almost afraid to scroll down a little bit too far. Okay, this is all good. Oh, it's cute with him with his hood off. I'll probably use this one as a ref. Don't know who it's by because it's on Pinterest, but whoever you are, you did really good. Oh god. That's a... Oops. That's a spoiler down there. That's fine. I don't know if I'll ever really... Well, this was a Return to Dreamland, wasn't it? So that's coming back. Dun, dun, dun. Return to Dreamland is getting a remake on Switch, so... Don't know if I'll get it, but... Yeah. Arguably I should. I'm trying to think of like Kirby games I've like really played, and honestly there isn't that many. Like I've played ones that I like played a lot. I mean, I played Kirby Superstar on stream. I played a lot of Ultra Superstar on the DS. I played a lot of Kirby's Epic Yarn. I don't know if I ever beat it though. I actually don't know if I ever beat it. But besides those, we also had Kirby's Adventure on the Game Boy, but I remember not getting very far because I wasn't very good at video games back then, and trying to play even like Kirby's Adventure I was bad at. And that game is like made for like the most casual of casual gamers, and I was bad at it back then, so it really shows off just how weak I was. Amazing Mirror. I played that a ton. I played Amazing Mirror a ton as a kid. I don't know if I was the one to beat it. I think it was one of my brothers while we were on like a car ride to a vacation somewhere. But I remember it being late at night and watching the ending cutscene of Amazing Mirror on like their Game Boy Advance or the Game Boy SP, and I just loved it. I don't think it was me that beat it. I think it was one of my brothers, but I remember playing Amazing Mirror a lot as well. Nightmare in Dreamland we never had, but yeah, I should do that at some point. Forgotten Land, I don't know if I'll ever get around to playing that. At least soon, I mean. I probably will at some point, but... And then Squeak Squad, which I have had for years, again, in my, it's in my, here. That way you can know I'm actually taking out my 3DS case. I have Squeak Squad, and I have Mass Attack just sitting in my 3DS case for me to play at some point. Don't know when I ever will, though. I still gotta beat Persona Q2, which has also been sitting in my 3DS for like like a year and a half. Actually, no, not even that. I think I got it 2019 because that's whenever they released it. They released it summer 2019, which is like it's like the last like Q2 was like the last big 3DS game ever made. After that, it was just kind of like bleh, went out. But I still need to beat that. I thought I was going to, then I was like, nope, one more dungeon. Anyways, I need to draw Magolor. I'll try. I haven't really drawn someone like him, although he is pretty cute. I don't know. I'm not the greatest at drawing like Skringalos or little baby boys. I could try, but succeed. That's something different. But I will attempt. Start with a circle, and we will get the cape that kind of goes across his whole body, and then it goes out a little like that. So just kind of have main point here. Then I think I'll do just happy eyes, maybe, or well, we'll do just his normal eyes, his normal oval eyes. A little thinner than that. Kind of like that. Oh, that's maybe a little too thin. Too big. They're further apart than that. This is what I mean by scrimblos. It's a little, little difficult for me to quite get it right, but it's okay. We'll work on it. I think also this needs to be out a little more because he has like the yellow part of his coat and then this part. Two different parts. So we get to like here where it's like a gear. A little too much. Is that too far out? I think it's a little too far out. No, well, no, yeah, that's definitely too far out. Because this is just the part that surrounds his main section. Need to look at this ref a little more closely. I also think these just need to be taller, and that line needs to be closer in. There, that looks a little better. Okay. So then it's kind of like that. Bum 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 bum. Setting up all the music for the stream was also a little harder than one may think, because I have to find all of the music first. Sometimes video game OSTs aren't always the easiest to find. And then on top of that, I also have to put it into iTunes. I have to download it, put it into iTunes. Oh, that is way too far. Wait. Download it, put it into iTunes, and then I have to make sure that it's the artist's name that is the name of the game or wherever it's from. That way it's a little easier. I know that's not really crediting the actual composers and musicians of the of the song itself, but that way it's at least like people know, because people aren't gonna know like Shoji Magamura, who's the guy that does a lot of Persona music. People aren't gonna know that, but if I say, oh, this song is from Persona 5, people know that. So that's why I always have the song artists be the game that they're from. Like right now, Song Adventure 2. So I have to do that for every song that I put on that's from a game. Actually, I am very... So, I use Apple Music. If you use Spotify, you know, that's fine. It's up to you. But honestly, I like Apple Music because you can put your own music on it. And it you know, syncs. Like, I put all my music, all the video game OSTs I put through iTunes on my PC. Which is great, honestly. Like, Apple's usually a little on that, but luckily they did make iTunes for Windows, so even people who use Windows can still use iTunes. Kind of sus. Right. I still hear that. Feeling kind of sus. Oh, I need to add all the details of the ears, duh. I was like, these look a little barren. Why is that? Oh, that's right, because I didn't add the details. This is turning out pretty okay. To be fair, I have a ref. If I did not have a ref, this would be so much worse. Oh, this track as well. For some reason, this is only a track in Cave Story 3D, which is the worst version to play of Cave Story. They made just one track for it. I don't know why, but they did. I do know why Cave Story 3D is like the worst version, though. Okay, let me also extend this a little bit. I think this needs to go out a little bit more. Yeah, a little more like that. That looks a little better. Cave Story 3D is just the worst version because the graphics are a little iffy. Like, you think they'd be good on a 3DS, but... And there's the controls as well. Not great, not great. That looks a little more like Magolor. So, if you ever want to play Cave Story, if you don't have any money, the original version of Cave Story is freeware, and you can still get it. Play that version. If you don't want to play, if you don't have money for Cave Story Plus or any other version of Cave Story, the original version is still up, and it's still pretty good. There's nothing wrong with it, and you can get mods, like, its native resolution is, you know, just like 4:3, but you can get mods for it that, you know, put it in more modern resolution, which is what I did here on stream. For be completely legal. Yeah, you can also do that too, I suppose. It did come out for Wii, so if you got that as well. In fact, that's how I first played Cave Story, was through the WiiWare version. I didn't know it was on PC till later on, whenever my brother told me. Legit legal. Ah, okay. Well, I mean, you made it sound like... Oh. Yeah. Cave Story Plus on PC, on Steam, or... yeah, oh yeah, Cave Story Plus was free for a little bit on Epic Games, wasn't it? I think I even, like... I even said, like, hey, if you don't have Cave Story, it's free right now on Epic, you should get it. To some people, so... Rotates tons of free games. Yeah, they do. Most of the time, they're not amazing. Most of the time, they're pretty much, like, phone games or indie games, but sometimes there's some pretty good ones. Like, I think for Christmas they did Death Stranding, which is crazy. I didn't get it because I'm not really a huge Kojima fan, and I don't know, I just wanted to play some other games that weren't Death Stranding, but hey, for all the people that wanted it, that's a good Christmas. That doesn't look right from Megalore. I'm gonna give him a thumbs up instead. Already had Death Stranding PS4. Well, I guess now you could have it for free on PC. If you wanted. The Epic Games Store does not have any achievements, do they? I don't think they do. Ooh. This still doesn't look right, hold on. Because he does have a thumb. But it's a tiny thumb. It's a little itty bitty boy thumb. There you go. Round this out a little more. There we go. And then it's got kind of like the like Bugs Bunny kind of like wrist thing on the glove as well. I don't know how else to really describe it, but I think you know what I mean. Bum, 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 bum. Oops. That's what happens whenever you look away from the thing that you're drawing. Does Megalore have feet? No. He just is like a floating boy. Is Megalore even a boy? I don't know. From that image earlier, it's hard to tell. Okay, I think that's just about every detail. I don't know if I'll color him in, but I mean, that's a pretty good Megalore. I think so. Thank you to whoever drew that, whoever drew this ref. I don't know who it is, but really good one. Man, I also can't really do stars all too well, to be honest. Ooh, Sam Max. Ooh, Devil's Playhouse is coming this year, and I'm excited. Because I only ever played that season like once, so I'm excited to play through it again. And I think I remember why I only played through that season once is because some of the episodes in Devil's Playhouse had a lot of backtracking. Like, too much backtracking. The entirety of episode 2, The Tomb of Sam and Mac, I hated that one. Although I'm still excited to play it again. And go through the pain. That one just had so much backtracking, so like, the story of that one is Sam and Max are going through this magic, like, camera that plays film. Projector. Duh. That's what it's called. They're going through this magic projector that has a bunch of like film from the past, and you have to, and like there are like different like points in time, so you have to like go from one point to another point to another point to grab this thing to bring it back to this other point so you can use it there, and then another point to get that thing and put it over there, but there's like no indication that like like I even had a guide and I was still a little confused on what the hell was going on. My first ever playthrough of it. So that's, you know, it was back whenever, it was like right before Telltale really started using like their engine for storytelling instead of like point and click games. Jeez. Yeah. Q1's custom gacha game? No, So there's a KH Tamagotchi, like a real one. I was talking about that because I'm really debating on getting it. Really debating on getting it. But it's $25, which isn't that bad for a KH Tamagotchi. But then I'm like, I can barely take care of myself. Why the hell would I want to pay for a thing that I have to constantly take care of? KH Tamagotchi? Kingdom Hearts Tamagotchi. KH, like KH, Kingdom Hearts. It's got some cool stuff on it. I really want it, but I'm like, I'm gonna have to take care of it. I'm gonna have to be available to, you know, do all these things with it. But KH Tamagotchi, raid your own cage, yeah. Nicolas Cage. Oh man, if it was a Nicolas Cage Tamagotchi, done. Take all my money. Raise my own Nicolas Cage. Yeah, so I looked at a video at it, and it said that you start off with Kingdom Hearts 1 Sora, and then you can feed it like different food items. It's got like sea salt ice cream. It's got like a sandwich, a few other things. So you feed it constantly whenever it wants food. This is Sora, and then you can play like 3 different games with it. One of them being just mash one of the buttons as fast as you can. Another one is you're at Olympus Coliseum, and Phil will tell you like press the A button. There's 3 different buttons on it: button A, button C, button B, and button C. And then, I mean, it's a little weird, but it's a little cute chibi Sora on like a Tamagotchi. It's cute. And then that Sora can evolve into Kingdom Hearts 2 Sora, and then Kingdom Hearts 3 Sora, and depending on what Sora you have, because you can like, if you let that Sora like evolve before it evolves into one of its later ones, or if you let it die, I think it'll come back as a list of other characters. And this is my son, literally, yeah. I mean, I mean, I'm sure there have been weirder Tamagotchis, but you could have like, you can like take care of like the BBS trio, Donald Goofy, the Days trio, and lots of others. You can even take care of some Heartless if you evolve them right. But like, there's just like a chart that's like, attempt to get Roxas. Yeah. You can get Roxas, it seems, at least. I don't know how, though. I don't think the even the wiki knows yet, because it's like, it's a full 48 hours before your Tamagotchi will evolve. Baby Sora Pidgey unlock Donald Duck. Yeah, there you go. You can get Donald. You can get Donald. In fact, I watched like 2 or 3 videos on it, and like both of them said that they eventually got Donald. So apparently he's actually pretty easy to get. But it depends on like the type of food you feed Sora. It depends on the kind of games that you play, because like to get some of them, you only will have to play like one game out of the 3 mini games, and then you'll unlock like that character. So there's a small list that says like what you need to do if you want to get this character. The thing is though, like even like that character, you care for it like only for like a few days, and then they evolve or go away, and then you just are stuck with Sora again. So it's really, really cute, and I kind of want it, but am I that big of a KH nut that I would really get it? Not really, honestly. Like I do like Kingdom Hearts enough to get some like keychain stuff of it. I had like actually like half of my keychain is like KH. I have a necklace with Roxas's like X emblem on it, so it's Roxas's necklace. And then I guess I did also order his bracelet as well. There was a company. I'm not saying like go get this because I don't know how good it's gonna be. It was only $10 with free shipping as well, so I was like, yeah, sure, why not? It's just like his bracelet. Okay, it's his bracelet. So that got shipped out today, so hopefully it'll be here in the next few days. I don't know how soon it's gonna be here, but I'll give a review on it when it gets here. So I have Roxas's necklace, and then I'm gonna wear his bracelet. I thought about getting his jacket, but to be honest, I'm probably not going to, because I already have like 2 jackets. I don't need a 3rd one, and even then, the jacket I was looking at looked kind of low quality, so I wasn't gonna go to it anyways. But yeah, I have 2 keyblades on my keychain. I have a little thing that has KH2 logo on it, and I have a Sora on my keyblade, and one of the rings on my keychain it just says Disney on it. So there's that. Besides that, though, I don't know if I have any other KH merchandise. I think that's it. It's just stuff on my keychain, Roxas necklace, and then eventually gonna get the bracelet. And that's it. I don't even have any posters or anything. I have 4 Hatsune Miku posters. I just realized. 2 of them I bought myself. The other 2 were gifted to me. But yeah, I technically have 4 Hatsune Miku posters. I don't even listen to Vocaloid that much anymore. I used to listen to Vocaloid when I was in high school, middle school. I barely listen to Vocaloid anymore. I still have a whole Vocaloid playlist on my YouTube and a whole Vocaloid playlist on my iTunes. But that is a lot shorter than the one on my YouTube. Actually, half of it isn't even Vocaloid. It's half and half Vocaloid. The other half being just Japanese or Asian songs that I like. I really like Eve, who I don't know if he's properly Japanese or if he's Korean, Asian. I apologize that I don't know, but he makes really, really good J-pop. And he even did one of his songs. Even was a anime opening to a semi-popular anime. I don't remember the name of the anime, but he did make an opening song for one of them. And then also Yorushika. I like a few of her songs. Only 3 of them, but anyways, I don't know. I have 2 Miku posters because I'm like, oh, I like Vocaloid, you know. I've played almost every Project Diva project game. I even played the PSP ones that didn't come out here in the US. I played those all the way through. Played F second all the way through. Played not Future Tone, but Megamix all the way through. Kind of. I played all the ones I cared about in Megamix, but there's so many songs in Megamix. You don't really complete it anyways. All the songs are unlocked at the start, so there's no real way to complete it. And the 3DS one that came out over here in the US, there was 2 that came out over here on the 3DS, but one of them was no, sorry. There was 2 that came out, 2 Project Diva games that came out on the 3DS. Project Diva Mirai and Mirai Deluxe. So only Deluxe came out over here in the US. But the original Mirai never came out outside of Japan. And I haven't played that one. Don't know if I will though. Don't know. Well, debating on it if it's really even worth it, but anyways. So I mean, I like Vocaloid, but I really haven't listened to Vocaloid songs in a long time. Anyways, I started blasting. I don't know. I'm just talking about stuff and things. Usually we have a few more artists, but the main one that we have, Madi, they said they wouldn't be able to be here today, and Cece's been a little busy around. I don't know if Clem will be around or anyone else. Bob was here a little earlier. I don't know if he's still... No, I think he went away. I might not talk about stuff and things. Very good point. Good point. Is there anything else I want to draw? Man, I'm not sure. Like I said, I really haven't been in a big mood to draw stuff recently. Just not really I've just been more in a mood to play video games, which is such a thing to say, huh? But I have so many games I need to get through anyways, so I just got back into Rise yesterday. I bought Sunbreak, so I was like, why not? Draw me playing a video game. No. I don't think I could make that interesting. It would just be weird. Got a Rise yesterday. What kind of hentai were you looking at? None of your business, alright? I like my own stuff, and I think it should stay that way. Recommendations. You don't want any of my recommendations. I like the stuff I like, and you like the stuff you like. So, you know, Rise Son of Rome. Not that kind of Rise. You a sick fuck. You know, might share some ideas. No, I'm good. Keep it to myself. I don't want you to think less of me. Oh, no, I'll draw some smoke. I haven't drawn the boy in a while. Not as in like, well, yeah. How do you know you wouldn't end up thinking less of me? Good point. I'm trying to think if you've ever said your kinks to me. I don't think you have. That's probably a reason for that. Oh, it's too big, too big. Get a little closer in. Have Magolor in there as well. Yeah, all these things at the top are also just things I have on my desk, by the way. That's why I drew them. Besides Magolor. That'd be cool, though. Let it on stream. I guess it's true. I mean, you've said that you've gone to, like, kink conventions. Which is interesting, because I never knew that they existed before you told me. But it would be something that, you know, makes sense. They exist. Can you say again how those really like work? Magolor plush. He's cute. I mean, I don't know if I need a plush of him. I already have a lot of plushes. Eventually, if I've like had a plushie for long enough, eventually they just kind of go up on the shelf, like on top of my wardrobe. That's kind of where a lot of my plushies are just sitting, and probably will be sitting for years to come. I don't know. Whenever I move out of my properly move out is whenever they'll all come with me. I mean, I got rid of a ton of them when I was I got rid of a ton of them like I want to say like 5 years ago. Whenever Dad and I were just getting rid of a bunch of stuff in the basement because we wanted to make room. That wasn't 5 years ago, was it? No, that was like 3. Was it? Fuck. No, it was definitely like 2020 that happened. So 3 years ago, I had this just big, like almost like I would say like it was like 4.5 feet tall bag that was just like full of plushies from when I was a kid, because I had a ton of them when I was a kid. They like all sat like behind my bed, but eventually we repurposed my old room. We repurposed that room a few times, but we just put it all in the bag, and then eventually I was like, man, I don't have any need for these, so I think we took them to the dump. It was a little sad, but they were just taking up space, so a lot of my old plushies from when I was a little kid are sadly gone now, but I still saved a few. I saved a few that are just up on my wardrobe, so I think I don't know if I really want any more plushies, because at some point they're just gonna be sitting around not doing anything. Someone else would have tried them. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe we should have, but that just wasn't on our minds at the time. Maybe, well, I don't know. Maybe we did, actually. Because I know that whenever me and my siblings, we outgrow a lot of our clothes, we give them to Mom and Dad to take them to Goodwill. But I don't know if we ever... I can't quite remember it. Well, no. No. It definitely was we took them to the dump. because I remember throwing them away at the dump. I went with my dad to the dump that day and threw them away. But yeah, maybe we should have. But hindsight is hindsight. It's incredibly sad. It's sad to think, but I mean, you gotta gotta grow up. There's a lot of plushies from us back when I got. Okay, to be fair, I did go through them all, and I got the ones that I like really remembered. Remembered liking. So I still have those that like were really deep to me, but a lot of them that I like bought, like some of them like Webkins that I like only bought just so I could have them on Webkins. Other ones, I think there was a Blahaj in there that I really wish I would have kept. I really wish I would have kept that one. It's not called Blahaj. It's like you pronounce different. Yeah. Look, this was also 3 years ago, so hindsight is hindsight. I don't know what to say. We were just getting rid of stuff, and we were like, oh well, throw these away, because we were taking a bunch of stuff to the dump that couldn't take anywhere else but the dump, and so we just thought the plushies just go along with them. But oh well. I don't know. That's the only excuse I got. That's what else? Yeah, I agree with you that we could have taken a Goodwill, but we didn't. Sad, but now I'm sad. I feel bad for something I did 3 years ago. I shouldn't feel bad, because they were also pretty dirty. They weren't clean. They've been sitting in a bag for years upon years upon years, so we would have had to clean them up. I think that was maybe Dad's reasoning as to why we took them to the dump instead of Goodwill, because they weren't clean. They were dirty. Had lots of... I didn't fuck my plushies, Jesus Christ. They were just dirty. They had got dirt on them. When you're a kid, you're messy, and then you don't always clean yourself when you're a kid, and then you put on all your stuff you got. So it happens. Whatever. When you're a kid, you're dumb. So it's just how it is. Anyways, this is more me talking than it is me drawing, to be honest. Pass your age and still dumb. Wow. So you admit it. Yeah. Well then. Does Val know? I was saying, of course. I'd hope so by now. Huh? There we go. You wouldn't think it, but flowers can be deceptively hard to draw. $7 years now. Yeah. It's a long time. It may not, like, feel like it, honestly, because, like, COVID and everything. Like, it didn't really hit me, because I have, this semester, I have a professor that I had during COVID. It was, like, fall of 2020. And that feels like it was just so long ago, even though it really wasn't. It was like it was like 2.5 years ago, which in retrospect that isn't that long. But it feels like it was so long ago, so. Back in my day. Yeah, pretty much. Draw Evet. I could do that. Ekans? No, Ebbet is one of Gold's characters. Dun dun bum 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 bum. Actually, let me start with the circle. Ebbet's a little hard for me to draw with their pointy petals, but I can sure give it a try. Scrap, scrap. It's the Spring Yard Zone. I keep getting those two mixed up. Also, the Yoshi games. I have not played many of those. I remember playing a little bit of Yoshi's Story because we had that on WiiWare as well when I was a kid. But I even bought, I don't have it with me. I left it back at the house. But I have a Yoshi's Woolly World amiibo because I had bought Yoshi's Woolly World on the Wii U, thinking I would play it. But lo and behold, barely ever played it. I mean, they're just simple platformers. See, flowers, yes. This is Ebbet. You can tell because they're hunched over. Do you want to draw some flowers too? That's good, Ebbet. Draw the spikes he's got. Well, actually, his spikes don't need, they're more like this. And like do that, you know, once I'm settled. Okay. Doesn't look quite right. Hold on. There we go. Like being like a creeper. I don't know exactly what the scene is supposed to be, but it was just funny in my head. 'Cause it always does with me and Kendros. I was talking about how I threw away a bunch of plushies from whenever I was a kid. That was like 3 years ago that I threw them away. It's gonna be my fault. It's both of our faults. I'm putting myself in blame too. What? Yeah. I mean, in hindsight, I should have done what Ken was saying. I should have given the Goodwill, definitely, but we just didn't. They were gross and dirty, so we thought, me and my dad, we thought we're like, oh, probably just best to throw them out. Because they were just sitting in the basement for years upon years, and we wanted to add some rooms to the basement. Should have given them to me. I don't know if you would have wanted them. I mean, there were some, well, there was like some Webkins in there, some Build-A-Bears. there was a Blahaj in there that I really wish I would have kept, but I just didn't. I went through all the plushies and I kept the ones that I had the most memories with or that I liked the most. But I got rid of all the ones that I didn't really want anymore. This one that patented smell. Perfect plushie. All right. Well, that was 3 years ago, so they're long gone, sadly. But yeah, we should have given them to some place that would have given them a longer life, but we ended up just throwing them to the dump. So, consider a plush for a birthday now. What? No. Prune some plush, you know how to rich. Okay. Oh my gosh. It just hurting me, yeah. No, it's fine. Jeez. Anyways, I don't know. I don't like talking about this because it makes me feel bad. Because that was definitely something I should do. But again, hindsight's 2020. Whatever. They were dirty. We weren't gonna take the time to clean them. So we just thought throwing them away, and we didn't really know anyone else that would want those plushes. I mean, I guess we could have given them to my brother who has a little kid. We could have given them to our cousins in Illinois. Although they're not as young as they used to be. Not anymore, at least. Like the youngest one I know. Oh man, the youngest one I know of my cousins. Like maybe 6, 7. Jeez. My cousins are getting old. Sold the Blahaj, to be honest. I could have maybe, but I didn't know how wanted they were. Like now I do. But I didn't know then. I thought they were, just actually I had totally forgotten it was from even IKEA at the time. But now I have, now Annie and Donut have them, and they're like a big hit with people now. But at the time, didn't know. And it makes me want to have a Blahaj again. But I saved like a good amount of them, and they're just kind of on my, like I said, on top of they're just sitting on top of my wardrobe, not really doing anything, just collecting dust. So I still have like a lot, and I brought what ones? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plushies with me here in my dorm that are just sitting on my bed. Only so many can sit on my bed. Only so many can. So I did keep a few, but some of the ones kind of wish I would have kept at the time, but I didn't think about that at the time. So anyways, I don't want to keep talking about this because it makes me sad. It makes me sad about my childhood, because I used to have so many like behind my bed that I could fit my entire collection on my bed. Yeah. I used to have so many that I couldn't fit them on my bed, and they were just behind my bed. There were so many that I could there was so many, and I was also so small that I could sleep on my entire pile of plushies, but I just sleep on the floor. Yeah. There just isn't enough room, especially with also the body pillow that I have. There just isn't room. Like on this bed right now, there's room for me, the body pillow, a few plushies, my pillow, another pillow, and then for my phone to rest. I always sleep with my phone next to my head. So that way, I don't have to reach far from my phone whenever I wake up, and also if an alarm goes off, it's right next to my head so I can hear it. So there just isn't enough space on my bed for all that. I wish there was, but even my bed back at home, it's a pretty small bed actually. It might yeah. Tempted to shove all my plushes on my bed now. Good luck. Yeah. I remember my mom loves to tell whenever I was really young, when I was really young, she would take me to the mall that's around here, the same mall that we went to, Kendros. She would take me to that mall, and I would go into the Build-A-Bear, and the Build-A workshop that's still there. I would go in there and I would point to all the things I wanted, like I owned the store when I was really young, and I just wanted a new bear, and in my whenever one of my aunts got married, I was also still really young, and I loved one of the Build-A-Bears that I had gotten so much that in all the pictures I'm in that are of that wedding, I'm always holding my Build-A-Bear. So I go aunt marriage, yes. Whenever I like see one of those photos from that marriage, that wedding, jeez, words. That I see me in it, I'm always holding that bear. It makes me really kind of sad. Wedding friends, Quarter's the boss now. I don't know if I could do that again. Definitely not as a 21-year-old man now. I can't do what I can't just walk into a Build-A-Bear. I have more self-awareness. I think by then, I don't know, I was more confident when I was younger. Taking my plushies to class with me. Actually, freshman year of college, so that was only 4 years ago, I did do that for a little bit. I did it as like a comfort thing. And they stayed in my backpack the whole time. I didn't take them out. But I needed just like some comfort on my first days of college ever. So I did bring in like my Pichu plush with me in my backpack for like, I want to say like the first month of classes, and then I didn't anymore because by then I was fine. But I just needed something for comfort my first few days being on my own. So that was a thing for a little bit. But no, I haven't taken anything to class since. You know. But I even bought a plushie not that long ago. I bought that cat plush whenever you were over, Kendros. I have that over there on my bed right now. So he's filling the gap between the wall and my bed, and make sure my phone doesn't fall whenever it's next to my head, because that happened Monday. Luckily my phone is fine, because actually this okay, I do want to say this case I've gotten, it is so lightweight, but I've dropped my phone so many times, and this has kept my phone from cracking. It's really, really good. I didn't think it would be that good of a phone case, but it's actually really held up really well. It's got Sasuke from Naruto on the back of it. I don't even watch Naruto. Oh god. But one of my brothers got it for me for Christmas, like I want to say 4 or 5 years ago. And it's thin, but it works. It's got like little bumps around the edges. That way, if it ever falls, it catches those bumps on the edges first, instead of like the actual screen of it ever hitting the ground first, which is ingenious design. But it is also yellowing a little bit around the edges and getting kind of dirty. So I might get one that's like this, but with a different thing on the back. Because I don't watch Naruto. I mean, I like Sasuke. Although, I think my favorite character from Naruto is probably Kakashi. But I just don't watch Naruto, so it'd probably be something that I actually, like, care about. Gotta get one with Sakura instead. I might. If there's a REM one, maybe. But if I should do that. I don't want to do that during stream, but I think I should do that. That should be like the next thing I should order. I have some Christmas money left, so maybe I'll do that. Get a new phone case if I can find one that's just like this, because this has been really good, but with something on the back that I actually care about. The only Naruto thing I've ever really like done was I played Burst 3 on the PS3. Rock Lee. Yeah. Ram is okay. She's fine. She's passable, but Rem is the much better one. I say, there's like, I don't even like ReZero. I kind of like, tell me Rem is a bitch. Okay, she is a bitch. She is a bitch. I also say that because I haven't seen the anime in a while. I don't plan on revisiting it because the anime itself is kind of not good. The only thing I like about the anime is Rem. Because she's just the best character. And not even... I kind of hate the main character. Raftalia... Oh, no. Raftalia is not that anime. That's a different anime. I don't even remember the characters' names. I only remember Rem and Ram. Because they're the important ones. ReZero is just not a good anime. Raftalia is Shithero, yes. Name one of those whose main character doesn't suck. I'll say Overlord. Ainz Al Ghul. He's pretty cool. He's a good character. He's a pretty good character. Kazuma from Konosuba. I wouldn't say he's great. Is he a Marisuba evil? Kinda. But that's kind of the point of Overlord is, like, all the main characters are so overpowered and they're trying to take over the world. That's kind of the point of the anime. But, I mean, the writing around it makes it interesting. Yes, he is pretty much invulnerable, but it doesn't mean that he doesn't take hits. He's still, like... I think he even like comes close to being beaten at one point in the anime. I don't remember because I also haven't seen Overlord in a while. It'd be like over a year since I last saw Overlord. But I liked Ainz. Ainz was a cool character. I like it whenever his eyes did look glowy. That was the thing my friend said whenever we were watching together. Kazuma is not a great character, but I'd say he's passable from Konosuba. He's annoying, but not as annoying as Aqua, and not as well written of a character as Megumin, and not crazy like Darkness, but he's fine. There's one other one that I have in my head, but if he never is losing, not a great sign. I mean, yes, he is like. I mean, that's the point of the anime, though. I don't know if it's like... Ow! Is it wrong for a show or an anime to be about a character who is overpowered? Like, that is, like, what they are. Like, is it wrong for that to be a thing? You know? Is it? Is that so wrong? Can't we have an anime where there's overpowered characters, and that's the whole point of the anime? If you want it to be taken seriously. I mean, it is. It's done. I can't properly describe how it's engaging, because it is engaging. Overlord Season 1 is pretty good, because he doesn't like... I will say Ainz is the one that honestly stops himself, because he doesn't want to blow his cover as some like tyrant god. Yeah. I mean, well, there's the fight that he has with one of his own. That's at the end of Season 1. That was a really cool fight, and it is kind of close. And whenever you have, you know, two characters who are really overpowered fight each other, and that's really, like, cool. I don't know. They did that. I'm not trying to say, like, he always just, like, punch... Like, it's not like One Punch Man, where it's, you know, it's just one punch. And even One Punch Man is really, really well. And that's the whole point of that anime, is that One Punch Man is so overpowered. But Overlord Ainz is the one that takes himself down and puts himself down on all the other characters' levels. He disguises himself as a normal warrior and only uses a sword and doesn't use magic or barely uses magic. But whenever it's serious time and whenever he's fighting people who, could kill him if he isn't careful, he, then goes into full-on fuck you. But then Shaltir, who is one of his assistants, gets captured and mind-controlled at the end of Season 1. And so he has to go through all of these, like, preparing, and it's like a whole, like, 2-episode thing. Like, one episode is just, like, him preparing for the fight, and then the second episode is the fight. Because Shaltir could kill him if she really wanted to, but I don't know. I think it's really well written. I don't know if it's definitely not the best anime out there, but if you want a decent isekai, I'd say Overlord would be pretty good. It's a few seasons. I don't remember the later seasons too well, sadly. I know more, like, characters are introduced in the world, but less interest because there was nobody who could stand up to the main character. I mean, I get it. It's hard for me to convince. I'm not good at convincing people. I just want to say, like, I don't know. Protopia is a bob of Overlord. I haven't seen Season 4 yet. In the world, nobody could do anything about it. Basically, which, not the kind of thing I'm into. Well, I mean, if you're not into it, you're not into it, and it's not anything that any persuasion could really do. But if you want a decent isekai, I'd say Overlord isn't a bad choice. But then again, to be honest, most isekais aren't that great. Tanya! That was the other one I was thinking of. Tanya from Yojo Senki. Tanya I also really like. As an isekai, because although she is a little overpowered too. Fuck. I also don't remember much about that anime either. I mean, it's hard to say what a really good gateway for, like, I have no idea what an entryway for the isekai genre would fucking be. Definitely not ReZero. ReZero is just not good. In my eyes, at least. Konosuba is just a joke and like a play on the isekai genre. So if you want something that's lighthearted... Goodbye, sexy ladies, ladies, save them. God. That's the thing. It's a little hard for me to think of isekais where those two things don't happen. I was like, well, there's No Game No Life where there's no, like, sexy ladies that they buy, but then there's there's one that isn't, like, it's just part of the team that she's there, but then also the two characters are also super overpowered because they're so smart. That's how they're overpowered, because they're just really smart and they know how to outplay other people. So that's No Game No Life. Konosuba, I mean, Kazuma isn't OP. He just doesn't get himself into danger. Like, he just doesn't fight people. And even then, like, he has Aqua and Mega Man and Darkness. I mean, Konosuba's decent, but if it doesn't have, it does have, Mega Man, Aqua, and Darkness in it, so... Movie shark getting pulled into the fantasy world. Should I try and go for a serious story? Dies multiple times. Kazuma does die a few times, actually. That's right, I forgot he does die a few times. My Hero Academia now. Oh, have fun with that. Isn't that like a lot of seasons? Shark with that embodies all the crappy moves about sharks in existence. Yeah, it doesn't sound like it really mixes, does it? Man, I mean, I've seen a lot. Let me actually pull up my list of animes that I've seen, because I have a list. Which one of these have been isekais? Slime. Well, no. Slime is also OP. Main character's OP in Slime. Although that's not a bad isekai, honestly. Main character's OP. But it's not a bad isekai. There's Isekai Quartet, which is literally just like the main characters of 4 different isekais put into a high school setting. It's really weird. It has Overlord, has Konosuba, has ReZero, and it has Yojo Senki. But if you like all of those isekais, then you like Isekai Quartet. Town of Sexy made itself a town of sexy orcs a few chapters in. The orcs made the town. The plot was that the slime gave all the orcs names, but in that world, if you give an orc a name, then that like powers them up from like normal orcs to like super orcs. And so then they, as a show of thanks, they made a town and like started a whole system and like a government. And then the slime also did that with sexy orcs. There's orcs. There's also what is the mythological creature that has horns? It's just like a human, but it has horns. Not centaur. That's a horse. Minotaur. No. That's a whole big boy. There's a different term for them. Oni. Yes. Onis. So there's also Onis in Slime. So those are the sexy ones, honestly. The Onis. There's like a few sexy orcs in Slime, but we don't see them a whole lot. Doesn't make it better. I know it doesn't, but I was trying to be correct. Slime, I don't know. I liked it, but didn't Pokemon Sun and Moon have an isekai? Don't know. Don't know. Didn't watch the Pokemon anime. What are some other isekais on here? How not to summon a demon lord. That one also has both. It also has sexy ladies and the main character's OP. Have I only watched isekais where the main character's OP? I know there's an isekai where it's like, I don't remember the name of it. Redo of Healer. I have seen that actually. Oh yes, very wholesome. Totally. It's oh yeah, it's the most wholesome. Yeah, that's a whole other problem. Yeah. It's the most wholesome anime ever. Man, How Not to Summon Demon Lord is kind of like a mix of Konosuba and Overlord. Kind of. Oh, what was I getting on? Goblin Slayer. Oh yeah, well no, that's not an isekai. Chainsaw Man, that's not an isekai. No. Isekai is another world, so not an isekai, yeah. Those aren't isekais. Isekai is whenever a character is transported to... Oh, you're being stupid. Stop being stupid. Oh, man. 300 years slimes. There you go. I guess that's 300 years slimes. That is a very casual isekai. That is a very casual isekai. But then the main character's OP. Dang it. It doesn't have... okay, well, it also has sexy ladies, but they're not, like, under the main character's control. They're just part of, like, the team, I guess. Fuck. Because that's not a generic fantasy world would also be great. Something new. I'm sure there's something. Comes to our world and stuff. Yeah, there's a few of those. There's Gate. That doesn't have an OP character, but it has sexy ladies in it. Fuck. Gate is really cool, though. If you like war stuff, you'll love Gate. It's basically just, like, the reason why it's called Gate is because there's a gate to another world that opens up in like the middle of Japan, and so the military of Japan sends it through the gate, and it's like a whole fantasy world. So it's like military meets fantasy world. It's kind of cool. Good, as long as they're not explicitly slaves. Hate war stuff. Okay, well. I mean, no, they're not slaves in 300 Year Slimes. Demon Lord part-timer. Demon Lord part-timer. Yeah, that's something. That's the reverse isekai where fantasy world comes into our world. Well, the main character's OP in that though. That's why I was like, oh yeah, 300 Year Slimes would be good, but the main character's OP in that too. The whole point of that, why it's called 300 Year Slimes, is because it was a girl that got isekai'd into a fantasy world and got turned. It was like, oh, she's like a wizard class, and so she hunted only slimes for 300 years and got a bunch of XP off of that, and now she's like super OP. And then the anime picks up after that 300 years. So there's that. No, I don't think I've really seen any of these guys. Full Dive. Jeez, 300 years, that's something. I mean, she's like a wizard, so she can live that 300 years. You know. Bad things to do if I live 300 years. That's the whole point of the character. She's like, I liked living my life, you know, killing slimes and living a peaceful life, because the slimes were like the only thing that would like bother her, so she killed them. And then eventually, it was like I think it's what it is like she like opens up the door and like it's like two like kids, and she's just like two little girls, and she's like, what? Why are you at my house? And they're like, oh, we're the manifestation of all the slimes you've killed over the years. It's really weird. Besides that, though, it's a very calm anime. It's more of a slice of life than it is an isekai. But it is an isekai, technically, because at the very beginning, oh, it's main character died and transported to a different world. Oh, man. No, I think that's all the isekais I've seen. No, I'm looking at this list. I guess if there's just like anime recommendations, I would say Nichijou. Nichijou is amazing. It is certainly something. If you want a more lighthearted comedic anime, Nichijou is definitely there for that. It's not an isekai. It's just a friend group of 3 girls that go to school, and then also it's like following like 2 separate stories. 3 girls that go to school, hijinks ensue, like really weird hijinks ensue, and then a young girl doctor or scientist made a like AI like a girl robot that takes care of the like kid doctor. It's cute. It's a very cute anime as well. Still looking at this list. I did watch SAO, but only the abridged version, because SAO kind of sucks. not it's too much in SAO. Horrible pitch. Okay, well, sorry. I mean, to be fair, Nichijou doesn't have that much more to it. Just know that it's batshit insane with, like, what things happen. Like, the writers are crazy. So, you think an episode is gonna go one way. Yeah, that's what Nichijou is. That's exactly what Nichijou is. So if you like that, it's great. I still like Gate, but whatever. How you doing, Bob?
I'm doing good.
It's good. We're talking about anime.
Oh, you're talking about anime. That's cool.
Yes. Do you have any anime recommendations?
Oh man, recent ones.
Doesn't have to be recent.
I can't think of any good recent ones. I've been burned too many times.
It's okay. Is there any like old ones that you'd recommend?
Oh, one of my. all-time favorites is Higurashi no Naku Koroni, or When They Cry, I think the English title is.
That is... It's a pretty old anime.
Oh, shut up.
It's been around for many, many years.
Okay.
I mean, that's okay. That's a good one. If it's... I mean, people still talk about it to this day, so...
Yeah, that's... you know, it's a laughter-inducing anime.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
And nail-biting, too. Actually, I've been actually kind of dry in the anime department.
That's okay.
I've been trying to look into isekais and whatnot because I like the idea, but it's always the same crap all over again.
That's exactly what we were just talking about. Nice. Nice, Bob.
And most of the
Very
times
topical.
It feels like, why is this an isekai to begin with? Because the old life doesn't even matter that much.
Yeah, that is a common thing with isekais.
And they have this semi-game system that, of course, the main character exploits somehow. It's...
Yeah.
For me, I love wish fulfillment, don't get me wrong, but I need to watch the main character struggle a little, you know. It needs to be somewhat of a downhill before it goes up, you know.
It's exactly what we were just talking about for like 30 minutes.
Oh, good.
So you're very on topic, don't worry. We were just talking about a bunch of different isekais, and I was like, oh, well, there's this one. Oh, well, no, the main character is OP. Well, there's this one. Oh, no, it's got a lot of sexy girls in it.
You know, don't get me starting on... This is something I've been thinking about a lot these days. It's kind of weird how America and Japan is like polar opposites in that department, because I don't know, the Japanese sexuality, it's taboo, but you know, you can't have a guy be actively sexual in a way. I don't know how to say it. There's always fan service, but
Yeah.
you know, having a proper relationship, or even the main guy taking the first step, that's rare. It's either a huge pervert or someone, oh no, boobs!
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen, I don't need porn or anything like that, but you know...
Watch High School DxD.
Oh, okay, that's good.
It's not an isekai. There you go.
It's not an isekai, that is good.
Yeah, do you see Cece's idea for an isekai right here?
Oh, let's see. Oh.
That sure sounds like an isekai.
Oh, that's a good isekai.
Yeah.
One of my favorite isekais is that, you know, the livery man who gets frozen in time and wakes up like 1,000 years in the future.
Oh, that's a great isekai. I know that one. Yeah, it's got the cool robot. It's got the octopus, the one-eyed lady. That's a great isekai. That really smart doctor. Oh man, do you remember that really sad episode though with the dog? God, there was that one. Yeah, trying to think about that one. There's some other really fun ones though. That show went for how many seasons? Man, that anime was amazing. Isekai. I'm surprised not many people talk about that. I totally forgot about it until you brought it up. Thank you.
I hear they're making an American remake on it on Netflix.
Oh god, of course they are. Did anyone ever watch that Death Note remake they did? I did. I don't know why I watched it. I think I watched it out of curiosity. It was bad. Like, of course it was gonna be bad.
I'm gonna say this though, everything else is horrible, but Willem Dafoe as Ryuk was
That was
A-star
good.
casting.
That was good. The story follows Ryoshin on his quest to defeat the rarest, strongest monster he can find, in hopes that they drop clothes that he can actually wear. I mean, I'm sure people would watch that. Isekai. It's okay. I haven't watched the original Death Note either. I just watched the Netflix thing because that was the thing that lots of people were talking about. So I was like, I'll watch it. Why not? I had no idea what the hell was going on, but I didn't care. No, I have not watched the original Death Note. It's a lot of seasons, man. I haven't watched Naruto. I haven't watched One Piece. I haven't watched SAO. Although I did watch the abridged version of that. Has a lot of classic animes I have not watched. I did watch DBZ.
Death Note because I thought it would be too cliche, but damn! You should totally watch it. It's if there's an anime must-watch list, Death Note is on it.
Mm-hmm. Where did you say this one? It is normal SAO, not so much fun. Dun, 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 dun. Oh man. You know, off topic, but since there's a song playing from it, I actually liked Kingdom Hearts Drop Distance. I didn't think I would like it. It's a very different Kingdom Hearts game, but I don't know. This is weird. This is the one where like you have a bunch of animals, you have to like take care of them. That way they give you abilities and stuff, which is very different than most Kingdom Hearts games. But I really liked it. Anyways, other animes that you recommend?
I'm surprised there haven't been a Kingdom Hearts anime.
They tried. There was that pilot that came out like last year. There was a pilot that never got greenlit, and it was leaked online, and it was just gonna be like not an anime, but just like a normal, kind of like how like an Americanized anime, kind of like Avatar or Ben 10. Ben 10's not an anime, but you know what I mean. And that pilot is just kind of funny. Like Kairi just kicks a Heartless like in the face. It's great. I don't know if you can. I think someone, the original person who uploaded it got taken down, but I'm sure someone else has re-uploaded it. So if you just like look up Kingdom Hearts 1 pilot, it's somewhere on YouTube. It's pretty funny. It's like 15-20 minutes. So it does not follow the story of KH1, but it's still something. Are you down bad? Are you down bad? That could be an anime title for sure. Just a lot of the same over and over. I guess there's another one that I'd recommend, which would be Amagi Brilliant Park, where it's just a normal guy, but then he gets roped into having to take care of this theme park and like spruce it up. Oh no, he wasn't a normal guy. He was a kid actor that once he grew up he didn't become known, but then somehow still got roped into trying to be a manager for this rundown theme park that needed help badly, and then he did that thing. But then he realized this isn't just any theme park. This is a magical theme park. So, it's only one season. It's endearing. That's the word I would use. It's endearing. It's not bad. If you want a calm watch, Amagi Brilliant Park isn't too bad. Is there anything else on this list? I just have a list of like animes I've seen that I would recommend. I recommend Gate. Gate's, I think, a decent isekai, just like Overlord is. Konosuba is the spin on the isekai, so.
Oh yeah, Gate. I love that thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
I totally forgot about that. That's actually good isekai in my.
Yeah, I thought it was really good too. I still love the scene where they just bring in the attack helicopter and just mow down a bunch of people. It's great.
Aha, we got them! Bows and arrows.
Yeah, well, it wasn't people, it was enemies, but yeah.
Oh, okay, good. Ugh.
It wasn't like innocent people that they were just killing for fun. It was people that actively were like trying to hurt people. So, can we get much longer? Yeah, One Piece is pretty short, only about like 1,000+ episodes. Yeah, not too bad. Is there anything else?
They're on like the second season of Gate or something, right? I think I stopped watching during a production break or something.
Yeah, I think they are. I only saw season 1, but I'll get around to watching season 2 at some point. Shoko Tensei is a pretty okay guy. Yeah, I don't know anything about Mushoku Tensei. Don't know a single thing. I can't say.
The girlfriend is pretty hooked on My Hero Academia. I think it's alright.
Kendros is watching that now, he said. So, Eminence in Shadow, great concept, godful story. Made another isekai? Oh boy,
ladies.
Though I'm lazy, I reincarnate as a magical girl familiar. I mean, maybe it'll work, who knows? I mean, I will say Tanya's weird. Yojo Senki's a little weird because the isekai character was a business guy. And then he got isekai'd as a little German girl. Yeah. It's weird, but still, if you just scoot that fact out of the way, it's pretty good. It's supposed to be like, it's like World War I, but with magic, because they have the ability of flight and like magic guns, and it's like the whole thing is that Tanya like hates God, but the god of this world is like basically punishing her. So, in a way, I think that's the reason why. Like the god put him in a little girl's body, but like also she can have powers, but she can only have powers if she like thanks God. She has to like praise God, and then she gets like magical powers that let her be like super fast with the magic and be really good at aiming. Maybe it's not as good as the anime as I remember.
Isn't it in High School XD or something when
High School DxD.
They have a nun that
Mm-hmm.
that becomes a demon, and she tries to pray all the time, and she gets a headache.
That's High School DxD, yep.
Okay.
Trying to sleep in the familiar. In this case, the familiar is even worse than the girl. That could probably work, honestly, as an anime. I mean, we've set the bar so low on what could work as an anime or an isekai now, so just about anything could work. It's really just, whatever your imagination goes to. I think I've pretty much... I watched all of Golden Kamuy. It's like 4 or 5 seasons. I don't know why. It's not an isekai, but it's like Japanese veteran meets up with like ancient Japanese tribe girl, and they go searching for a stash of treasure somewhere. Along the way, they meet a bunch of people and other people that are also going for the stash of treasure, and lots of stuff happens. Like, they meet the person who stashed the treasure, but then he dies, and stuff like that. So, I guess it's not really a spoiler, because it happens so fast, but it's weird. Golden Kamuy has some really weird moments. I don't know if I'd really recommend it. And I don't know why I watched the whole thing, but... What the hell is another? Oh, another is a... I normally don't watch, like, scary animes, but I watched that one. It also gets weird. Another isn't... It's not an isekai, again, but there's like it's like the school is like cursed, where if like this certain class, it's like if this certain class has like 30 students or something, it's just cursed to where people will just start dying, like students will just start dying in that class. So what happens is they figure out that one of the people in the class isn't actually a real person, they're a ghost, but no one knows who that ghost is, and no one wants to admit that they're the ghost. And if they figured out that if they just pretend like there's only 29 people or like 28 people in the class, then the curse doesn't happen. But lo and behold, our main character doesn't know any of this and starts paying attention to the girl that everyone else is ignoring, and because of that, the curse starts happening. It sounds really weird and complicated, and that's because it is, but it was okay. Umaru-chan, that's just a slice of life anime. There's an actual anime that's just called hentai. That's not a joke. It's about a group of 4 girls that are talking about like kinks. That's like the whole show. One of them is like one of the episodes is like them talking about how to like use a condom. They're very, very short episodes, like 5 minutes. But that was something. One Punch Man, I mean, everyone knows that one. Monster Musume, that's pretty much in the same vein of DxD, so, you know, if you're reincarnated as a perfect right hand, the journey of the Isekai tutorial boss. People would watch that. If someone got Isekai as a tutorial boss, definitely people would watch that. Somali. That was a roller coaster of feels, Somali. It's a world where, like, almost all humans are wiped out. There's, like, a few left, but most of them are, like, slaves. And there's a little girl that goes into a forest and meets a forest spirit, and like forest spirits are like made of like really tough stone and rock and like live for hundreds of years, and they become good friends. And now the stone spirit has to take care of this little human girl and has to try and like disguise the fact that she's human by putting her in like monster getup and whatnot. It's very, very wholesome. It gets sad near the end, but I think it's only like a season, maybe 2 seasons. Somali and the Forest Spirit. Yeah.
Speaking about wholesome, I watched an anime the other day that was really nice. It's about a white mage. What is it called? I think it's called the Redo of a Healer.
Funnily enough, we also talked about that.
Okay, oh, you did. Good.
Yeah.
I can't troll you guys. You've already talked about that.
Yep. I already talked about how wholesome that one is.
Can't put my finger on it, but it just snaps, you know.
God. No, I don't think there's any others. I watched Soul Eater as a kid, but I don't remember much besides Death the Kid and Excalibur from that show. I think it was just okay. Wasn't anything amazing over the top. It's about on par with like most of the popular animes nowadays, I'd say, from what I remember of it.
Not for a complex story or anything, but as a slapstick thing, I really like The Way of the House Husband.
What's that? No.
Basically, an ex-Yakuza becomes a household husband. And it's just a gag anime, and I mean they have cheap setups as he goes to the store and I want the white stuff like that, you know, and Ora, really like using Yakuza terminology and stuff like that, and everyone misinterprets him. It's like 10-minute episodes with easy sketches.
Interesting. House husband is awesome. Can't compare him.
Oh, thank you, Zizi.
You are having amazing isekai. Like, honestly, any of these could just spiral off into their own series and make millions of dollars if you really, tried.
I mean, at least it's unique.
Speaking of unique ones, I remember that I saw Shimonetta, which is not an isekai, but the whole world is devoid of lewd things, and everyone has to wear these bracelets and necklaces that make it so they can't think lewd thoughts. And it's about a main character who goes to this new school and figures out that there is a vigilante that is throwing a bunch of lewd magazines and papers all around the town, and part of it is him either being that vigilante's apprentice or trying to date the school council girl that's a part of the school, and hijinks ensue.
Oh man, that mask though.
Oh, yes, the vigilante wears a panty over their head. Yeah, that's an anime. No, I think I just about touched on everything. There's Senko-san, but that's interesting. It's just about a middle-aged man who works and has a fox spirit be his friend for the whole anime. It's very cute. But
I like that one. It's really wholesome.
It's very, very wholesome, but it's a little weird. A little weird. You can't get around how it's a little weird, but it is. It's cute. I don't know. To be honest, a lot of animes are also weird.
This is not a little girl. This is a 1,000-year-old fox
spirit. But she looks like she's 13, 14.
That's generous.
It's generous. Oh man. There's Bofuri, which is she acts 1,000 years old too, apparently. A little bit, yeah. There's Bofuri, which is weird. Bofuri, it's about two friends who get this new VR game that's a big action adventure game, big MMO in VR, and most of the anime happens in the MMO, but you expect it to become an isekai, and it doesn't. I want to say most of the anime happens in the MMO, but they aren't ever stuck in the MMO, or they're never transported into the MMO. They still can log off and live normal life. It's so close to being an isekai, but they never get transported into that world. You see them I want to say 4 episodes minimum outside of the most of which anime. What are you talking about now? I'm talking about a game anime called Bofuri, which is the main plot is one of the two girl one of the two friends who are girls, um, doesn't like hurting enemies in the MMO, so well, so she like only buffs her defense so much so that she like can't be hurt. That's the whole point. But then she starts getting like a group around her, and her friend plays and is like a thief. So it's kind of neat. But you expect it to become an isekai, and it just never does. It never does officially. I want to say, like I said, like you only really see the outside world like 3 or 4 episodes out of like a whole season's worth, but it never becomes an isekai. It's really, really weird. It's perfect material for an isekai, but it never happens. There's one more on here called Sornowodo. I don't remember what that one was. Let me look it up really quick. Sornowodo.
I should really curate the.
Oh, that's what it is.
I watch.
Yeah. Basically, what it is 4 girls in an army, or no, it's like 5, 6 girls in an army are like stationed at a base. Hijinks ensue. That was pretty much it. It's also pretty calm. Not much happens, but and it is only like 1 season as well, so it makes sense. I wanted a yaoi, but I woke up in a harem game. that could also work. I don't know. All these could.
Actually, I think there's one. Now that you mentioned it, it's kind of a fun harem thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a guy who's forced by his sister to play a harem yaoi game-ish, or not harem yaoi game, but you know, it's from a girl's perspective, and he like isekais into that world.
Oh god.
And you have like the catty classmates and stuff like that, and it's a misundressed world where the men are of lower titles unless they're
okay.
Like royal and stuff like that. It's really weird.
That sounds really
because
weird.
he played it so much, he totally exploits the world. It's kind of funny.
Okay.
It gives the same vibes as if a guy is forced to watch Twilight so many times, and it then shows up in the movie and fucks up everything.
Oh my god.
I forgot the title. It's
That's okay.
It gave me a few chuckles.
Man. We're all out of ideas for stuff to draw, aren't we? This has been most of the stream is just talking about anime. I
thought about that. It's really empty.
Yeah, Mada usually is here, but they said they weren't able to be here. I don't know where Clem is. Probably busy with school, and I don't know. West, if you want to draw anything else, go right ahead. There's plenty of canvas. I've just been in a rut on what to draw recently. I don't know. I want to draw stuff for a project, a secret project. I don't want to say what it is, but I've just been in such a rut, and like, I'm like, I should also play games that I have and try to get through those. And games take up a lot of my time, or I'm just tired. It's been a state of mind recently for like the past like 2 weeks, just tired. But
yeah,
I don't know.
You know.
I guess at some like soon, to get something done, you just gotta push yourself to do it. So that's all I gotta do. Maybe at some point I will. Maybe later today I will. Who knows? So from now I'm just gonna draw Smoke Boy. Bob, did you ever have a Flowey character?
Oh yeah. Annie helped me. It was called Rusty. It's
oh right, that was Rusty.
A heap of scrap mangled together into a flower. Like the stem was made of a spring. The head was like old fans. I like the thing, but you know, I was never that deep into the Undertale fandom, so. But I like that design.
It was. Do you remember who it was that had Rowdy? That flower.
Oh, yeah, the name is familiar, but no.
I don't remember who it was. I remember a lot of interactions with them back in 2016. Whenever we had that Moogs. Moogs had Rowdy, that's right. A lot of interactions in that Flowey High School RP. Oh man, that takes us back. That was 2016, if you believe that.
When I met you guys, I was taking a first year of college, and then it's been like 10 years.
It's been 7 years since then. It's been 7 years since 2016.
Yeah, you know, a better part of 10 years, I meant.
Yeah. God.
7 fucking years.
Yeah.
Some of you guys didn't have hair on your chest, and now you're finishing college.
Oh yeah, that'd be me. I was 15 when I met you, and now I'm in my last semester of college. I was 15, just starting my sophomore year of high school. Oh god. Same.
I remember screwing with CC, showing up in the chat room on Picarto, and oh, by the way, Tina says hi. Who am I?
Yeah. That was so long ago. I've thought about using Picarto, but it's not really any need to. I mean, you can just do it right here on Twitch.
Yeah. I kind of miss, you know, some of the artists back in the day, they would stream something on the side, like an episode of an anime or stuff like that. That would never fly on Twitch.
Oh no, definitely not. Yeah, it was a lot more calm because it was just a smaller place for artists to do whatever they wanted to do. But not anymore. I mean, it's still up. What am I saying? It's still there, but it's just like, why?
Didn't Twitch have like a temporary ban on art back in the day? I don't remember.
Maybe they did. Maybe they did. But now they definitely don't, because they're like, oh, we can get a lot of viewership.
Yeah.
We'll take whatever viewership we can get. That's how Twitch is. Now people will really just stream themselves talking. That's why there's the just chatting, which is like one of the most, if not the most popular thing on Twitch, is just people talking and being themselves, which is not a bad thing. It's pretty much what we're doing now. I just have the art tag on. I've just been talking to all you guys, not even really drawing, but it's okay.
To spice up the viewership, have you ever thought about getting an inflatable pool?
An inflate. Took me a second. No, because at home we already have an below ground pool, so I wouldn't need one.
All right. Next time I'm coming to the States, I'm staying at your place.
Okay. Oh man. Draw more flowers, Cece. I had like 2 friends. They're more like acquaintances that I knew at school. I knew one of their numbers, so they texted me just randomly out of the blue one day during the summer, like, "Hey, we're bike riding over past your place. Can we stop by and swim in your pool?" Like, shh. Why? Why? I guess. And then they got to my house and they're like, "Oh yeah, we don't have any swimsuits or anything, so we're just gonna be in our underwear." Great. It was the weirdest thing. I've never had someone just be like, "Hey, I'm coming over just to swim in your pool." It's weird. So, I guess it wouldn't be out of the question. Happened before.
We used to have a pool back in the day when I lived at home. We had like this. We also had a down in the ground pool and stuff like that. And yeah, you know, it's weird. The neighborhood kids would love to come by and say hello, but weirdly enough, sometimes they wouldn't return the favor.
They wouldn't let you stay over at their place?
But you know, it's yeah, like that. You know, kids be kids. You know,
yeah,
exploit their friends.
Always will. Still happens, I'm sure.
Yeah. Mr. Mime vacuuming.
What?
Giving CC some ideas.
Oh, okay. Mr. Mime vacuuming. Maybe. What would he be vacuuming up? Like the blood of his victims?
That would be Oak coming over to steal Delia from him.
We got some more isekai ideas here. Revived as a flower. Kind of as the guy that kills my comfort character. That's... You know, weirdly enough, I think I would watch this one. Reincarnate as the guy that kills my comfort character. I may watch that one if that ever becomes a thing. Oh god. And this is pretty much just the plot of Undertale right here. Got revived as a flower. That's, yeah, close enough.
So,
Drum more flowers.
Casuals. What's the status of Undertale and Deltarune? Because
The status of it?
I mean, it's it seems like, oh no, it's not in the same universe, but that's bullshit, right?
As far as we know, different universes, because, you know, Alphys, Undyne, Sans, Papyrus, they're both in both, but they act totally differently. We still don't really know enough information yet, so...
Okay.
There's still 3 more chapters to go of Deltarune, so... Who knows? Who knows what Toby's got cooking up? Hard to tell with that man.
Yeah, hard to tell. I hear he's been working on other small indie games recently. You know, like in
Pokemon.
something called Pokemon Sword and.
Yeah. I mean, didn't he help on like a remake of a game called Moon? That was like, he said like that's where he got his idea for the main character not hurting enemies. It was like this old RPG called Moon, where you play as just a character that like cleans up all of the mischief and damage that an actual RPG character would do. And then they they remade that for Steam. I think it's on Steam. It's called Moon and RPG Remix, I believe is what it's called. I don't know if he worked on it. I want to say he did, but I might be wrong. Theory people have is that like it's the timeline before Gaster yeeted himself into oblivion. Yeah. It's no one really knows yet, but maybe we'll see at some point. What did I do? Did I totally get rid of that? Oh no, I didn't. Hold on, let me go. Google. Who did this last time? There. No, just give me the image. Save image, please. We did this on a previous canvas. Let me.
Hey, we're doing bead art tomorrow. I'm gonna take that one actually.
Doing bead art? What?
Well, you know, pixels, but with
oh,
you know, those.
Right. Oh, whoops. Can I undo that? I sure cannot. Whoops. What just happened? I think I went to a whole different canvas. Whoops. I went to a whole different canvas. Did not mean to do that. Take me back.
I mean, it's so full right now.
Yeah, it's true. Can I just like copy paste it in? I think that's what I did.
Steal this one.
I put it in somehow. Copy, paste. Did that work? No. How did I do it last time?
Oh, of course it's purple.
Was it
I need to
added?
go to the store
Paste.
before guest arrives tomorrow.
Paste on new layer? No. How did I do that last time? Dang it, I don't remember. Provide with access to all the game's code, probably.
So right, star, down, right.
All the game build, yeah. That's. I'm sure that's probably been done. That was almost Overlord, but whenever he got isekai'd, he lost all the access to the game.
Is Matrix in isekai?
I would say
That's kind
no.
of a reverse.
I would say no because he can still go back and forth.
Well,
Isekai is whenever you can't go back and forth. Just like how Bofuri, you know, they'd never really get isekai'd because they can still go back and forth between the MMO world and the real world. So.
Alright, yeah, reincarnation and all that.
Well, I guess in that case, would Gate really be an isekai then? Fuck. It's not isekai unless Truck-kun delivers you. True. Man, because actually, if that's the case, then Gate wouldn't be an isekai either, but it definitely is like an isekai. The rules of an isekai are very bendable. I don't know. Can I not? I don't remember how I did those. No idea for an isekai. What's up, Gold Dude? Can I not? Really? Maybe if I just like try dragging the image in, does that work? I remember how I did it. Copy. Oh, there we go. Yeah, you just gotta drag it in. There you go. Let me make a new layer for that. I can scale it properly. I killed the truck, but not the people driving the truck, and now the truck is stuck in another world with a cheat skill. Yeah, that could work. So many isekai ideas. Again, all these could work. Just gotta give them, you know, proper care and attention. That one's just that dude has to skip back and forth between builds because the game is broken. There's a bunch of sections that are impossible to clear outside of specific builds. Yeah.
found a weird one on some website the other week. Some guy was reincarnated as his crush's dog.
What?
Now I can see it. Yeah.
God.
Like, whoever wrote that thing should not have pets.
No. Never. That's... ugh. No.
No.
For sure. Hmm. Just drawn a guy. There he is. A boy. Well, what's he doing? We'll never know. I reincarnated my own dog on a diet. Just so many ideas. See, you gotta like pitch some of these to people who, you know, are like the head of like animes. You gotta pitch some of them. One of them's gotta get the green light. Has to.
Is it a rebus or something like a? What's going on in the left corner?
West is doing something. Not sure.
Right star down. Dying.
It looks like a combo move from a game, but I don't know what it would be. There's so many fighting games.
Well, I got guests coming over tomorrow, and the place needs a sweep, so I'm calling it a night.
Okay. We'd only be here for like another 30 minutes, and then stream will end, but thank you for joining us, Bob.
Always a pleasure.
Okay. Stay good. This is fitting since P3P just came out. Oh, what am I saying? Playing P3P music. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Ultimate best idea yet. Aww. Reincarnate as my friend Bob. Aww, that's sweet. If only he was here. Hey, might as well screenshot it and show it to him. I don't remember if I said, but I got a Tails shirt for Christmas. It's a really good one. It's like the first, well, it's the first Sonic t-shirt I ever gotten. Which is the first Sonic, like, wearable anything I ever got. I did get a Sonic plushie. Actually, I won it at a theme park, like 4 years ago, 5, maybe. I still have it in my room. But I remember, I don't know why the hell I still remember this, but my family, we went to this really nice mall. I don't remember what mall it was, where exactly it was. It wasn't around here. It was one time we were on vacation. And I remember we got there very late. I don't remember why. And we were there whenever they started telling everyone, hey, please leave because we need to close. And I remember we were like speed walking out. And I remember I saw a store that, like, in the front of it, I mean, I was a kid at this point, so they had like a kid-sized Sonic shirt on, or like on display. I was like, I remember thinking to myself, like, I'll come back for you. Dumb kid I was. And of course we never went back to that mall because it's not around here. It's some place I don't even remember where. And I highly doubt A, that store is still there, and B, they're still selling those shirts, and C, wouldn't fit me anyways because it was a kid size. So, because I remember as a kid, I really wanted like a Sonic shirt, but I never actually like asked for one because I felt embarrassed by it. I don't know why. Revived as the comic relief I always hated. That's pretty good. I don't know why. I wanted a Sonic shirt so much as a kid, but I always felt embarrassed about like if I were to ever ask for one. I don't know. But now I have one, and I'm happy that I have one. I only have 2 things of Sonic merchandise, even though I feel like I'm like probably a bigger fan of Sonic than I am of Pokemon, or I am of Really, Kingdom Hearts? Are you drawing me with a Pokemon shirt on? Or a Sonic shirt on? Oh, man. I mean, I have one now. I actually also wanted to get... Sega has a really, like, seriously, like, really cool, Sonic shirt. Actually, you know what? I should probably start doing what you're doing there. Sadly not, but you should. I should draw... Oh, you're just drawing a bunny. I should draw myself with the Sonic shirt on. Okay. I should draw. I don't know. Something about this face also is like... I think this also happened again where I need to make... Whenever I draw Q... That's not that bad, I think. It's just a face. I need to draw Q with a more scrunched head than a long head. I keep doing that accidentally. So a little more like... Yeah, kind of like that. Is there a different way I could do the ears too? Because I kind of like... I do them like this, which is just like a like jutting out. I don't know if I really like that a whole lot. I don't know, that ref I did, honestly, like at first, just was really good. I don't know how. I usually don't make things that are like not good on them. Where is it? I keep forgetting it. There it is. The new possible design. I mean, even in that, actually, even in that, the ears kind of are jutting out. Huh. But I will say that they're doing that it's more like that, which I think is a detail that I do want. That I keep forgetting to do that as well. Is that they have a little bit of indentation on the front. Resurrected as a bunny. I'd watch that. If I'd watch Resurrected as a slime, I'd watch Resurrected as a bunny. As a bunny VTuber. I'd definitely watch that. So when are you making that show, Cece? That's the one I could probably do easiest, yeah. We're not listening to the stranger I made. No. Yeah. Nope. Yeah. Nope. Nope. Sure. If I were to draw something I could make a comic out of easily, what do you think you could? I mean, you have plenty of ideas right here of stuff to draw. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, that's just better. Honestly, this is just better over here. Like, honestly, also these faces just kind of fit. I think just having... It's a small detail, but it's one that matters. Just having just the tiniest little bit of indentation, like, it's hard to really say, but just like having these lines, instead of it being like that, having them kind of jutting out like that, it just fits the tiniest bit better. It's weird that like just one little like tiny bit of line can make all that difference. Oh, that's a big nose. Ooh. Tiny nose. Tiny nose. It's weird, but I guess it's just kind of how art is. One little detail can be all that it takes from making a piece look good to a piece look bad. I'm fine. Dun, 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 dun. Bum 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 bum. Revive into a cat MMO I've never played. That is something you could definitely do. I think you could do that one. It'd be interesting, honestly. Yeah, what if they start making a comic? You wouldn't have to make it a whole anime, you can make it a comic. It's weird to say, but like, these look almost identical, but it's the tiny details. It's the tiny details, really. How do you think animes are made? Well, okay. Yes, I know. I know. Look, sometimes I say dumb stuff. A lot of stuff comes out of my mouth. Mm-hmm. This is cute though, thank you. You ate the cat? No, don't eat the cat, West. No eating the cats. They're not food. No eating the cats. It's the kid. Oh. Well, there's still some space left.
Yeah, character I haven't drawn in a little bit. We'll do a hangman for this character as well. Too much. This is a character that you've also drawn, CC, so maybe this will be a little easy. A new hangman type, okay. No, close. I drew him over here. At least a version of him. Jane, no. Jane. I think you're thinking of Jalen, which is the female version of Jake. Jace. What, from the Ginyu Force? Oh god, too much. Yeah, I still can't believe we had a whole a whole art stream where it's just the Booba art stream. That was a journey. I do think I know who it is, but I forgot her name. It's okay, that's part of the hangman. I'm supposed to figure it out. I'm also not done quite. I draw part of a character and see if you can guess it from that. If you give up, you lose point, and I draw a bit more. That could be interesting. We have like 10 minutes to try it out if you want to do that quickly. Character is Milo. Character is Udon. That's pretty good. Okay, so quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's got 5 letters in her name. Best Jason for John, that's sad. He's a little stick guy. How many Jaces have you drawn? Quarter again. Yeah. That's the only one. Oh, well, fair. Yeah, get rid of that. Any guess? E. Correct. It's E at the end. L, I'm assuming? Yes, there is one. was an I, but close enough. Well, you know, you can't tell. There's no I. Yes, there's an A. Do, 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 do. N-O-M-A-F-I-A, oh baby, welcome, welcome, generous friends. Days and weeks and tokens to spend. Sam Max. Yeah, you got it. Now what's the last one? No. Nope. Nope. No. Nope. Neither of those. There's one more letter. Me and Teddy Bear. One more letter. What could it be? You can do it. The whoop was not a guess. Oh. Well, I mean. There you go. Yay. Because she likes chocolate, and I remember it was your idea for me to look up names of chocolate bars, and one of them was Flake, and I was like, that sounds good. Okay, so let's do your idea then. Wherever you want to. There's a whole, you know, there's lots of space down here, and then over to the left as well. Wherever you so choose. We have enough time to do it. Okay, so it's a robot. I don't know when you want to start the Hangman, but yeah. We'll just go with A. I mean, I'm assuming it's one of your robot characters. Yeah. Is there an A? There is an A. Nice. So if I get it right, do you still draw more? Or is it only if I can't think of another letter? Because it seems a little weird. Get it right, a bit more drawn. Okay. Open wide. Everyone is Max inside, full of colorful guts and habits. I do recommend the Sam and Max games because they got remastered recently. They're just nice point and click games. So is that all that's next drawn is just a circle? Okay. C. Revelry, violence, and selfishness. I was right? Oh wow. That was just a guess. Man. I'll write it that way it goes through faster. Instead of you having to wait for stream. Say F. H. No H. L. Okay. I. Oh. I like the X. What could it be? M. No. What could it be? I'm going to whim and say W. No, dang it. V. No V. U. I like the eyes. G? Nope. B. But for minor technicalities. Uh-huh. Dead? Okay, well. Well, what was it then? Because I don't know. I said almost every single one there was. What? Unmitigated, unreserved, unquestionable excess, larkiness, sharkiness, snarkiness, and selfishness, flags of pure unfettered, it brashly unfurls. It's a max world. Scooby da ba dee ba zooby diggy down buddy buddy ba zee ba doo wop. Oh yeah. Snack. Oh, I should have gone with S. Should have gone with S. Well, I think that's about it. That's really all we have time for, unless you think you can make something in like 1 minute. But yeah. Is that Kirby with a knife? I think it is. That was a very interesting Art Friday, a little different than usual. Reincarnated as a snack. Reincarnated as this guy. Would you want to be reincarnated as that guy? Actually, Cece, would you want to be reincarnated as any of your OCs? It's a real question. I'd probably want to be reincarnated as Jake, honestly. He's got a knife. Who gave him the knife? Alright, well. Try to figure out which way he's facing. I think he's facing up. Like he's like holding the knife up, like forward. I think that's what it is. Like he's like running forward at someone. Either that or he's facing to the left. Either forward or left, I don't know. Reincarnate is button a bit easy. Aww. That'd be sweet. Okay, well, I think that's all. A lot more relaxed, less people, nothing crazy. Add another Mogus or two. Maybe. Just for, you know, insurance's sake. Maybe a, what else are we missing? Oh, I know what we're missing. We're missing a Neko arc. Oh, I can do that pretty easily. Yep, GG. Probably the most I've drawn on canvas. Still far behind the others, but being proven. Yeah, it'd be great if you could draw more. I mean, not like right now, but like in the future. Like, it's always great to have you, man. Unless you want to draw another Amogus, just to, you know, foolproof this. Yeah, it's always good to have you. If you want to draw a quick Neko arc or Amogus, go right ahead. We'll do that, and then we'll quit. My Neko arc is very top heavy with the head. That's a Neko Mogus, oh my god. Combine the two. Aw, little Madi. I'll make a Clem as well. Gone but never forgotten. I was joking. Rip in peace. Ooh, good song. Sonic Heroes, not the best game, but man, did they have good music. Never beat it either, because I never went through all the trouble of getting all the Chaos Emeralds, because fuck that. CC. Nice. Okay, I should get going. But that was nice. That was nice. Added a little more style, grace to the canvas there. But yeah, I should get going. Okay, well, thank you all for coming, and let me turn this down a little bit. Oy. Thank you all for coming, and I'll be here tomorrow, not the same time, but at 8 p.m. tomorrow with some Saturday stream. We'll see what we do. And then Monday will be, of course, maybe finishing off Paper Mario. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see how long Bowser's Castle takes me, because I really only have the boss in the Ice Mountain, and then it's Bowser's Castle. So, well, why am I dead? I'm here. Why is it rip me? I'm still here. Okay. Well, anyways. Yep. And then, I don't want to say what game I have planned after Paper Mario. It's not like it's like some secret, super secret game. I don't know. I just don't want to say. Let's keep people intrigued on what it could be. But yeah, I will see you tomorrow if you're around at 8 p.m. tomorrow. And if not, possibly Monday, whenever I hopefully beat Paper Mario, but I don't know again. I don't know how long Bowser's Castle will take, so we'll see. But yep, thank you all for coming, and I will see you all. Bye. Bye.